So Break-In was amazing to watch. It was a film that I couldn't stop thinking about once I saw it. I watched it late at night. It was the last film I watched in a sequence of many, and I just couldn't shake it. I woke up the next morning thinking about it. A guy, Mikel, who starts clearly as a world-class still photographer, who went back to revisit a subject that he clearly spent a lot of time with the subject of this film. I think it was in 2004 in Cambodia. He met an 11-year-old boy who was sniffing glue and sort of went through this tragic process of, migrating from glue to meth to heroin, just like a total downward spiral.
I also am a big fan of documentaries that take place over a long period, and this film really does that. It's an initial encounter and then a follow-up 10 years later, and I think that's really special, and there's some really touching archive material here that ultimately is very heartbreaking, and I don't want to spoil the film for people who've not seen it yet, but it does have it builds towards a very heartbreaking climax.
មិនអាចចេញផ្ទុនគ្នាបានទេព្រោះអីខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំចេញមុនពួកហ្នឹងព្រោះខ្ញុំគិតថានៅឱកាសខ្ញុំមកចាប់ជំនាញតែប៉ុន្តែគាត់ថាខ្ញុំរៀនទៅរៀនវាមិនបានចូលព្រោះខ្ញុំគិតថាខ្ញុំមិនអាច
The depth, the passion, the commitment that you see with like a single photojournalist who can't shake a story is all there. It's all there in Mikel's work. I mean, he's really figured out the language of visual storytelling with video. And that's one of the major trends that I see, is that these independent still photographers are now able to give a voice to their subject instead of just taking their picture. They're giving them a voice in their story. And it's a story of how bad decisions can cascade on top of each other. Like one bad decision can just turn into many, many bad decisions. Super exceptional camera work. Like I said, I love to see this idea of a still photographer's eye, a still photographer learning to speak the language of video and what we bring uniquely as a profession to video. I think it's a wonderful example of that. It's also incredibly sophisticated editing and use of music.
I mean, I hesitate to call it a friendship, but you've got this kind of beautiful relationship between the creator and the subject that's experienced through the accounts of everyone else around them, rather than any kind of direct or very much direct encounter between them. And I like that. I like the fact that we're always kind of talking around this relationship. So it's very intense. It's incredible looking. It's very well intentioned. It opens the lid on something we didn't know about, and that just makes it so powerful. And at the end of the film, you just feel so exhausted and quite depressed about the world. And I mean that in a positive way. I like it when documentaries make me feel a bit depressed, because it makes you want to do something afterwards.